Hello, hi guys. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna give it less than a minute this time because I kind of just want to get back into it. I'm here for the AA meeting. Do you have anything you'd like to share? I wonder if I have anything new in here while we're waiting. Oh, I got a new achievement. I really should go through the Ace Attorney games and get all the achievements, but that's gonna take some. Do you not see how much they be yapping? That shit is gonna take forever. I'm Stellan. I have a problem. Me with my 5 billion comics. Okay, let's go. So we're finally gonna talk about all the construction over here too. I've left the Damask 2 investigation to Franziska and returned to Babal. I suppose my first order of business should be to look into Babal's statue. Mr. Edgeworth! Ugh. Hi! So, Kay, what's the situation? Oh, it's great! Investigating is so much fun! In other words, they've made absolutely no progress. The blind leading the blind. Why did we leave these two together? We were goofing off. Honest, sir. We've been investigating our hearts out. Very well, then. Would you care to give me an update on your investigation? Oh, we've had a really fun time, sir. I knew it. Zero progress. In any case, Detective Gumshoe. Yes, sir? You have permission to enter the Alabastian Embassy. Is that correct? Yep. As a local detective, I'm helping out with investigations on both sides, sir. Good. In that case, I can leave these pieces of evidence with you. They belong to the lady under the Pink Princess's mask. The Pink Princess? What kind of lady was playing her, sir? The kind that was also playing the role of the Pink Badger yesterday. Ugh! Oh... Understood, sir. If I happen to run into her, I'll give them back to her. And if I don't, then I guess I'll unload them somewhere. Hi, Nori! He doesn't seem that enthused to go find her, but I can't blame him. Evidence that lost their value given to Detective Gumshoe. Oh, okay. Now then, I don't believe I'll be needing this anymore either. What? Are you really gonna throw that autograph away? Yes, because that Steel Samurai was a fake. Steel Samurai's autograph scrunched up into a ball and damn, and disposed of just because it was from Larry? Wait, what? What do you mean by fake? Now then, I believe it's time for a little housekeeping. Unnecessary evidence has been removed. Remaining evidence has been rearranged. Oh, we should probably take a look at that. See what we got going on. Are you telling me a good chunk of the evidence that we had gotten over there is just deleted now? That was just specifically for when we were working in that area? Interesting.
Hey, you're not going back to Alabast already, are you?
No, not yet. I still need to gather a bit more information first. Brother, I was just trying to turn around. Golly.
Hey, do you detect the scent of treasure coming from this bush?
The scent of treasure? Not at all.
Urgh, Mr. Edgeworth, you're totally not with it.
I'm not with it?
No! And it's important for both thieves and prosecutors to be energetic.
Perhaps for a thief like you, but that level of energy is unbecoming of a prosecutor.
You really think so? That prosecutor we met at Gatewaterland seemed to be pretty active.
Well, he's not a prosecutor anymore. See how everything just naturally balances out? He really said, well, he doesn't work here anymore, so now what? A ladder.
Actually, it's a stepladder.
They're the exact same thing. Oh, we're still doing this? He don't play about Steel Samurai. No, that's his hyperfixation. He does not play on that at all. I can't blame him either. I wouldn't be playing with that shit either. What's it called? Imagine the Damian Wayne pulled up, signed an autograph for me. I'm like, yo, this is so fire. And then I realize it's like my bum-ass childhood friend that I don't even talk to. I never talk to him. I never talk to him anymore because he's a freaking loser. I'd be so pressed. Let me get that autograph in the garbage real quick with that doo-doo ass handwriting. I'm sad we can't look at it anymore. Y'all needed to see that. That shit was chicken scratch. He tried to write Mindy and it looked like Wendy with an accent over the E. How?
No way. From the structure up, they're totally different. But of course, from a thief's perspective, the best kind of ladder is the rope ladder.
Ooh.
A step ladder is much too heavy to carry around after all.
From a prosecutor's perspective, any type of ladder is guilty, of being dangerous during an earthquake. Oh, okay. Yeah. Itching my bum, I'm sure. Do y'all remember that video? I think it was a hermit crab. Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, we were wondering. Have you seen that video of the hermit crab just scratching its butt? Like, they put it in, like, a clear, shell, so you could see what's happening on the inside, and the hermit crab just sat there itching its butt the whole fucking time. Like, somebody was like, oh, so they just sit there all day playing with their butt. And everyone's like, well, yeah. Oh my gosh. Bags full of cement powder are stacked up here. I suppose they're for renovation.
Yeah, because I don't smell a drop of gold here, or any other treasure for that matter.
But he was itchy. He just sat there scratching his butt all day. Kay, the only scent you should detect in a place like this is the smell of sweat. Is that what you're smelling? Hey, Mr. Edgeworth. That was a pretty good play on words there.
Gummy, don't randomly jump into one of our dialogues like that.
Were you eavesdropping on us, Detective Gumshoe? God forbid he wants to be a part of it. God forbid he wants to be a part of this conversation. No, it's not like that, sir. What's it called? Adem, send me a screenshot. I'll look at it. It would appear that the stage is also scheduled to be renovated.
You know, I would love to perform on a stage like this. Something like the greatest great thief show.
I should think it would be a bad idea for a thief to show their face to the world. Yeah, she's awful at her job. This is like when Bruce tried to be Nightwing. Like, we know it's not you, bro. We know you aren't him. What are we doing?
So how come so many traffic cones are red and white?
That's because they're highly visible from a great distance.
Oh, is that why? So then, the reason you wear that wine red suit is for visibility's sake?
Please don't compare me to a ragged plastic traffic cone. Ooh, he did not like that shit. It's a maroon, by the way. What's it called? He's so pretentious. Yeah, definitely a maroon. I mean, if you felt like it, there's some maybe burgundy sometimes, but I'd say like a light one, Okay, move! I'm trying to look at that. And there's a sign here warning passers-by to take precautions around this renovation site. I feel like just walk on the path and you're fine. Love him, but I wouldn't stay in the same room with him IRL. Me personally, if he called me a bimbo, I'm not letting it go. No. If he called me a bimbo, I would get him jumped. But that's just me. I don't understand how he was allowed to keep working after he pulled that shit. Then again, we've seen people keep their job for doing way more. But that was his first case. It's not even like he had, like, a history really strongly backing him.
They're really going all out, huh? There's construction going on everywhere.
I believe Ambassador Palladino was... Ambassador Palladino said it was to attract more tourists and visitors.
But what can they do with the new stuff they're building? Hey, what do you think they should do, Mr. Edgeworth?
How about transforming it into a courthouse? Brother wants to work here.
Hey, be serious!
But I was being serious. Huh, so you're back now, are you, Mr. Edgeworth? You must be tired. Here, with these, you can eat whatever you'd like. Why would I need that if I'm tired? And these are... discount tickets for our cafeteria! They open tomorrow at 10 in the morning. I appreciate the concern. However, these coupons do nothing for me right now. Like, brother, I'm not coming to your country. Leave me alone. Yeah, my package has been transferred to a courier. You know what that means, chat? I'll be getting my hair ties real soon. Or actually, no, these aren't the hair ties. These are the... oh, they're the star clips. Oh, that's so cute. Edgeworth yearns for the courtroom. Of course. Yeah, I think my package is going to be delivered tomorrow, which is funny. This is my most recently ordered package. I'll look at that later.
It's more important our time together now, guys.
There you go. This open-air stage, what function does it serve exactly? Well, normally we use it for a variety of events. It's all to attract that extra bit of attention to the ball. I heard that tonight, over in the Alabastian Rose Garden, Ambassador Alba was to give a speech.
And you know what? Manny told me that I really should give a speech to.
Mr. Cochin told you that.
Yes, he did.
Like, why he kind of mog when he does this one face instead of, like, kissing our asses?
Which is why I thought I should give a speech of my own. But unfortunately, I wasn't able to.
Because of the fire the Yatagarasu started?
Exactly. Ambassador Palladino,
I'd like to ask you a little more about the Prima Duck statues.
Oh, I see. Well, let me ask you this. Did you know that the Alabast and Babal used to be one country called Cadopia?
Yes, I know that much about your history.
Well, the Prima Duck statue belonged to the founders of Cadopia. At least that's how the story goes. It was bequeathed onto the king of Cadopia as a symbol of the country's wealth.
One second. Okay, sorry about that.
So it was meant as a symbol of sovereignty.
And the right to rule, I take it. He was a little too British there. I take it.
Yes, that's right. Which is why both countries are so adamant about their claim. We hold the real statue, therefore, we hold the right to rule, is the reasoning.
It's pretty petty when you think about it, though, I suppose. Do you think this is entirely based around those two statues? Because I'm starting to feel like it might be. Mixed with a little bit of the smuggling ring stuff going on, too. I keep getting important mail in the mail, but I'm not used to getting mail, real.
It's pretty petty when you think about it, though, I suppose.
But if Alabast and Babal were to re-establish relations, shouldn't that put an end to the squabbling over the statue?
I have no reason to believe so. The Prima Duck statue is even more important now as a key to diplomacy.
I wonder if Ambassador Palladino knows about what has happened to the very important key to diplomacy. Perhaps I should try showing him this key and see what he has to say about it. Should I show him... Should I show him the statue or talk about the last thing? I'm gonna show him the statue. Ambassador Palladino, if you could please take a look at this for me. The Prima Duck statue sitting in Alabast right now actually belongs to Babal.
So it would appear. I received a call from Miss Von Karma about this earlier. What is her problem? Damn, let me have something!
And then you will understand why I wish to inspect Babal's Prima Duck statue immediately. Because the statue currently in your country's possession.
Yes, well, I've already inspected it myself. Well, no, you're gonna bring me upstairs and show me too. Hello? And it is definitely Alabast. Yeah, what the fuck? What the fuck did I try to say for a second there? It is definitely Alabast statue. I know because it's the real statue. Oh, so you know you have the fake one.
Then you're saying that Babal's was a replica?
I'm embarrassed to say it's true, even though I knew that someday it would be exposed. I received my orders from the leaders of Babal, and I was to negotiate with Ambassador Alba at this event. I was to negotiate with him and fix the results of the evaluation tonight, and to say that we could not determine which statue was the real one.
Hold it!
Why are you telling me this?
Well, because you already figured it out. Our statue was just a hollow gold shell. Hollow. Hollow. I guess. Even if Babal were to lose face, the reunification of the country is what's important. I'm right in thinking that, aren't I? I'm not making a mistake, right? If you don't know yourself, then I wouldn't pretend to know either. I never thought that by being betrayed by my own secretary, the real symbol of wealth would be given to me. Isn't it simply ironic? Ambassador Paulino, there's just one thing I'd like to ask you about. Yes? Oh, and don't worry, you can ask me more than just one thing. How about 2 or 3? In exchange, oh my god, here you go. I expect you'll be coming to Babal, yes? Thank you, but just one thing is all I require. Manny Kochin, I'd like to ask you about this man who was your secretary. Sure, I'll tell you what I know. Thank you for your cooperation, Ambassador. He was, well, if I had to put it in one word, he was an able man. If there was ever anything I needed as an ambassador, he was able to get it for me. To think that a man like that had a hand in a smuggling ring right under my nose, going completely unnoticed. Actually, I suppose it was because he was an able man. I was unable to detect his dirty dealings. It sounds like Mr. Kochin had a very sharp mind. Recently, Manny had been really busy. Since I became the Babalese representative at the Country Unification Council, he's been working tirelessly to cover my work for me. I'm sorry, but what is this Country Unification Council? Oh, well, you see, had tonight's events proceeded without a hitch, our 2 countries were to reunify and become one again. But I guess with how things turned out, that dream won't be realized anytime soon. I suppose not. I see. Mr. Edgeworth! You look like you're enjoying yourself, Detective. Well, I don't have much else that I enjoy as much as a good investigation, sir. So, what did you find out? Oh, well. I take it he has found nothing of any particular use, as usual. Damn. Mr. Edgeworth, got something really interesting from Ambassador Paulino. Oh? And what is this something interesting? This, sir? Oh! The fuck is that?
Wow, that's so pretty. I'm so jealous. That's a real treasure there.
Why does the flame burn green, Detective? So apparently, if you burn the special wit crystal oil that they only make in Babal, it burns this green color, sir. Interesting. So it's a special property of the oil. I suppose this is a ploy to force people to visit Babal should the oil run out.
Hey, Gummy, what about these silhouettes?
They stuck some cutouts on the outside of the lantern so it'd project the images. Oh? Silhouettes, huh? They are rather pretty, aren't they? Bro wants one. Wait, what am I doing? I was supposed to be asking for an update on the investigation. Hey, what's wrong, sir? There's something I want you to investigate for me. Do you think you can do that much? Uh-huh. You got it, sir. Computer?
Hey, that's not fair. Why is Gummy getting to do all the fun stuff?
Oh, well, that's because I'm Mr. Edgeworth's partner, beefing with a child. I can't believe you took advantage of the confusion and stole my role as assistant! I expect the two of you to get along and work together like professionals on this. Of course this is gonna be something important. Hey, where are you going? Are you heading back to Alabast? Yes, but before I do, I suppose I should give you a summary of what's happened. Oh, I see. So there's been a murder on both blah, 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 blah. Oh my gosh. So, there's been a murder in both countries using an object from the other country? And that's the gist of it. The ball is just as strict as Alabast in their inspection of the people and things that enter their country. Meaning that somehow, both murder weapons were smuggled into the two countries. That's the only logical conclusion that can be drawn. Perhaps the key to the weapon smuggling is the person who traversed both countries. Ooh, packing back her knees ache. Pain. Oh my gosh. What happened? You mean the fake Yatagarasu? In one way or another, the Yatagarasu is connected. Of this I'm sure. Now then, where was the Yatagarasu first spotted? I believe it was the Rose Garden on the Alabastian side of the embassy. The garden is just on the other side of this boundary. It's where Ambassador Alba was to give a speech tonight. At least, that's where I heard the Yatagarasu had appeared. In that case, I believe it's vital that I investigate the Rose Garden post-haste. Wait, before you go, take a look at this, Mr. Edgeworth. What is it? My guess is that it's a guitar pick. I picked it up just now over there. Do you think it'll be of any use? There's a little water on it. How did the water get on it? It doesn't look like there's anything it could get wet from around here. Hey, can I also mention who comes to mind when I think of someone who could go between both sides? That we know that she was on the Alabast side and then she was sent over by Lang, Detective Lang, or Agent Lang, my fault. She's been on both sides, and for those of you who weren't here before, we were talking about how she genuinely does look like Callisto Yu. Like, same face shape. Yeah, her skin is like a little bit tanner back then, but that was like forever ago. Also, her card is still relevant, so it's like her profile is still relevant. So the thought process here is that she became Sheena to go into hiding. At least that's what we think. That's the theory. That's the theory. Because she looks just like her. And she literally actively, like, hides her face. First, the hairstyle, as well as the fact that she wears sunglasses, and then she barely talks. This is the most that she's talked this whole time. And the first thing she did when she finally got some dialogue of her own, outside of just, like, being asked questions from Lang, was her immediately blaming Kay for the murder. The same way she was blaming, like, the same way that Callisto was blaming Edgeworth. Or not Edgeworth, Gumshoe. It doesn't look like there's anything it could get wet from around here. I was thinking, they have concerts here at this open-air stage from time to time, right? Alright, I'll find its owner later. The thinker who thinks all the time. Can't stop it, never stop it. Oh yeah, there's one more thing. Mr. Edgeworth, would you be willing to hold on to this? The perfume. What is this? It's misused perfume. It's the bottle that woman left behind and that I found 7 years ago. I thought that one day, it'd be of some use in tracking her down. So I kept it... Like, look, why are we pulling that bottle out? So I kept it safe all this time. Thank you. I'd be honored to hold it on... Oh my gosh. Thank you. I'd be honored to hold on to it for you. Sometimes my tongue just gets tangled on nothing. Get me the hell out of here. Oh, you're coming, girl? Okay.
Where's the garden? We saw the show just beyond these doors, but it's been quite a number of hours now.
Mr. Edgeworth, have I ever told you that you talk like an old fogey? Golly. I was merely reminiscing. Is that such a crime?
Move, Turtlehead. I think I'll be returning to the investigation in Alabasta now, but...
I know. I'll go back to Babal and do some more investigating there.
Y'all really did not find shit. Here he go. He gonna be loud in my ear again. Just beefing, making my life harder even though we're literally on the same side. I see you're back, Miles Edgeworth. Oh! No! It's my baby sister. Hold on. Merely reminiscing. You're not helping your case, buddy.
How are things in Babal? Although, I can't really say I expect much from Scruffy and that girl.
The investigation into Manny Kochan's death hasn't really progressed any. However, the investigation into the Yatagarasu has.
Yes, the Yatagarasu. Even now, I find it hard to believe. A person who can freely traverse between two countries at will? Preposterous.
Well, that's what I came here to investigate. I heard that this is where the witness claims to have seen the Yatagarasu.
That's correct. Ambassador Alba was to give a speech tonight here in Alabasta. Blah blah blah. That's when the Yatagarasu appeared.
The shadow. Oh, it was a shadow. Okay.
The shadow of the mysterious thief appeared, and just as suddenly it vanished.
Okay, but am I tripping? Did we not just talk about cutouts to make... Didn't we literally just talk about this having cutouts on it that makes, like, symbols appear?
After that, there was a fire at the Balinese embassy that the Yatagarasu started.
I vow that not a single feather from the Yatagarasu shall escape my diligence. Oh, thank you for the heart me. Hi! Do you see how this has green on it? Hold on. There is an overturned spotlight here.
When the Yatagarasu appeared, the audience that was waiting for the speech to start panicked.
I suppose that's when someone must have knocked it over. Don't spend it all at once. Don't worry, I'm pinching pennies. I'm having a tough time visualizing the mass confusion that took place here.
I thought to use my whip to capture the Yatagarasu. However, there were people in my way, and I was unable to land even a single lash.
I suppose this means that some other poor saps were hit instead. Oh, I suppose this means that some other poor saps were hit instead. Like, damn, you were just whipping. Everyone's like, oh my gosh, it's a Yatagarasu, and they're running for their lives. Innocent people just getting whipped when they're running for their lives. That must have been so terrifying. Girl, you can't just hit people like that. You can't just do that. Let's see the statue. I don't want to talk to him yet. This statue bears a resemblance to the Primadux statue.
The plaque says, King Primadux in the battlefield. In order to save the queen, King Primadux saved his life. Put his life on the line. Oh my gosh. And went to war.
Ugh. These are the days that they be talking about when people are like, men used to go to war. It's him. They're talking about him. So, Primadux was actually a person of royal blood? I thought he was simply someone imitating a character. I thought he was simply someone imitating a character from an ancient legend.
Well, that surprises me. What surprises me is that the real person who looked like the Steel Samurai existed.
I suppose there's that too. These are some beautiful roses here. They appear to be well maintained.
You're being too nice, Miles Edgeworth. The arrangement is devoid of any design sense. Roses only truly shine when they're grouped by color, one per location. What the hell? God forbid somebody thinks they're beautiful together. They lose their beauty when they're all mixed together like this. I can't tell if she's being sarcastic or not. On second thought, there's a rather serious look on her face. I'd better leave it be. They should really rethink the proper balance of these roses. All the people to comment on the proper balance of things. The girl that be whipping people, mind you. I suppose Ambassador Alba sat on this chair. Ambassador Alba is very elderly. The chair was prepared for him should he have gotten tired during his speech. In that case, why didn't he plan to make his speech sitting down in the first place? The ambassador is also quite prideful. That's why. He sounds like my old principal from grade school who'd speak at assemblies. So this is where Ambassador Alba was to give his speech. The stage was set up nicely. However, where was the audience supposed to sit? Perhaps they were supposed to sit around the edge of the pool? That's such poor planning if there's no place other than a spot. Or, but then, oh my gosh. That's such poor planning. If there was no other place other than a spot or two by the pool, they really should have made seating arrangements, like how the gallery is set up in court. Indeed, you can sense that consideration for the viewers was taken with those. I think they all stand. That's what I was thinking. I would just assume that they're standing. So in the end, the speaker and his audience were to stand the whole time, huh? Yes. Although, I suspect the audience would have liked to sit down after a while. There are roses scattered on the surface of the water, creating a pleasant fragrance. It's not just for aesthetics. The pool's water is also used in putting out fires. I see. Oh. The pool stopped filling itself automatically. The fountain spouts are set to stay open until the pool's water reaches a certain level. If this water is used to put out fires, I suppose it must be refilled to its normal level. Which suggests that this pool was recently used somehow in this embassy. I guess I'll take some notes about it, just in case. Why are we there? How dare you surprise me like that? I'm sorry. Oh, hey, Edgy. Thanks for what you did back there. Why are you still here? Your gratitude alone is enough. More importantly, Larry, this pool is not for your personal enjoyment. I know that! Do you really think that I'm the type to just jump into a pool and swim around for fun? Objection! Alright then. Did you, by chance, fall into the pool? Nice guess. But no dice. So you know my son, right, Edgy? Your son? The little fucking robot. I guess I kinda lost sight of him when I shook hands with the ambassador. And I'm pretty sure he was around here when I last saw him! You imbecile! How can you be so flippant at a time like this? What are you going to do if your son fell into the pool? How old is this child of yours anyway? I'm pretty sure it's like, I don't think it's a real kid. I think it's like a little prop that he carries around. Because he plays the, like, daddy samurai. Remember, y'all? And he was carrying around a cart that had, like, a little baby samurai. Like, fully dressed head to toe. Not moving. So I have to assume that it's not real. Huh? Oh, how old is he again? Hold it. Larry, this is the first I've heard of a son. Who exactly is the mother? He's like, who the hell want to be with you? The mother? Oh, that chick. The pink princess. The pink princess?
Hold it!
Miss Von Karma. I was a bit confused by this man's words for a bit there. However, I believe what he is looking for is the doll of the Iron Infant. Yep, because I'm the Steel Samurai through and through, heart and soul. And the Iron Infant is my cute little son. You've given a whole new meaning to the phrase, an astounding fool. She hates his ass, reasonably so. Me with my son, keychain plush, real. Larry, we have not seen hide nor hair of the Iron Infant. But rest assured that if we should find him, we'll let you know. Now, get out of there. Sounds good. In that case, I'll go search over there. Hey, wait! Oh. Well, it's not as if he'll get very far swimming around in that pool. And though he's unrelated to the murders, he sure knows how to cause a lot of trouble. Mind you, if they start accusing him again, let's let him get dragged off to prison. Who's with me? Who's with me, chat? Because what are we talking about? Mind you, he was like, wrong place, wrong time. He's like, shit, I really shouldn't have been over there. Proceeds to do stupid shit. A statue of a woman. I wonder if the lady is pouring water. It says that it's a statue of the queen who spoke of love. Oh, the queen who spoke of love to King Primadux. Well, Miles Edgeworth, it seems that you are lousy at reading a woman's heart. Oh. I opened my mouth about a statue and she somehow made the leap to that? Larry versus Consequence. That doesn't exist. Is it possible that the Yatagarasu hid in these bushes? Of course not! They're rose bushes! You've been spending so much time with Scruffy and that girl, they're rubbing off on you. But it's alright. I'll wake you out of your stupor. Now, the next time you feel like sleep-talking, remember that I'll whip you for real. All I tried to do was offer up the possibility, and this is what I get. Now watch it turn out that they really were in the bushes. And you just mean nasty to me for no fucking reason. Anything else we have to look at? I'm sure that we probably have to talk. To him, yeah. Nothing over there. Let's see what we have, just in case. Just one little thing. Okay, let's talk to him. Have you finished checking out all the bystanders? Yes, sir. And we found 14 counts of pickpocketing, 16 counts of illegal parking, and one person ran a light, sir. Don't tell me you didn't find out anything related to the case. Sir, not a single thing, sir. Well, for now, let's just get those other lawbreakers down to the precinct. Agent Lang, God forbid you came here to watch a show and you pickpocket. You just stole a little tiny bit. Stole $1. Now you going to jail. I mean, sure, don't steal, but like, mind you, people are murdered, and they still get in your ass. Agent Lang. Well, if it isn't Mr. Prosecutor, I would just like to thank you for your assistance earlier. Make no mistake, it's not like I was trying to help you with what I did. After I left, did you receive word from Ambassador Alba? We're to wrap up our bodyguard assignment at the end of today. Oddly enough, we received word from HQ to return home on an urgent matter. As if I can be so easily called away from this case after I've come this far. I swear I'll find the truth and drag it out screaming into the light. You're with me on that, right, Mr. Prosecutor? You were working as Ambassador Alba's bodyguard at the time. So naturally, you witnessed when the Yatagarasu appeared, correct? Yeah, I saw the thief, alright. With my own 2 eyes. The Yatagarasu was always there, lurking in the shadows. But when the spotlights were turned on for Ambassador Alba's speech, a shadow appeared. That's when cries of, "It's the Yatagarasu," rang out. The next second, the spotlight went out. By that time, we got the area lit again. The deaf thief had vanished. So has anyone considered that it's like a silhouette cutout? Has anyone really considered that it was like just like a piece of paper or something? When we investigated afterwards, we found that the reason the lights went out was because someone had unplugged the extension plug for all the outdoor electronics. Whether it was someone doing it on purpose, or simply a guest who had tripped over it, we don't know. But one thing is for certain. The Yatagarasu was here. Mind you, it didn't move a muscle. So you're saying that, basically, all you saw was the thief's silhouette? Yes.
Objection!
If all you saw was a shadow, then it's entirely possible the shadow belonged to someone else. Huh. Good thinking, sis. You just might be right. If it weren't for the fact that there was no one else with that same shape. None among the staff or the audience members. Is there a chance that the statues are also moved in a way to form that? I don't know. I'm just thinking of multiple possibilities. My men have already done a thorough check of everyone, so I know I'm right. Someone else's shadow. That sounds like a plausible hypothesis. The suddenly appearing and disappearing shadow of the Yatagarasu. I believe I figured out its true origin. I expected no less from my subordinate. Now, let's hear what you know on the subject. It has to be this, right? Can we move over? We can. I think it was the statue. I'm not gonna lie. I'm scared. Okay. Everybody hold hands.
Take that!
The suddenly appearing and disappearing shadow of the Yatagarasu. Is it not possible that it was created by this statue?
Objection!
Ooh. Are you playing me for a fool, Miles Edgeworth? This statue bears absolutely no resemblance to the shadow of the Yatagarasu. You are correct. However, this statue is but one part of the whole picture. What do you mean by only one part? When did I get lashings? Like, why am I missing health? Whatever. What is the other part what is the other part to the real form of the Yatagarasu's shadow? The other statue, right? I'm so smart. Hold on.
Take that!
It's another statue? The Yatagarasu's shadow was made from the shadows of these 2 statues. Made? What do you mean by that? Right. Right now, the spotlights are all over the place. This is because they were moved when the guests were in a panicked state. However, if we were to restore the lights to where they were when the thief appeared, you believe that the 2 shadows will create the Yatagarasu's shadow. Precisely. Now then, watch as I reveal the true form of the Yatagarasu. First, if we set up a spotlight to cast a shadow of King Primadux in the battlefield. Are they gonna make me do it? Oh, there we go. Like, look! See? The shadow of the king's statue would appear on the backdrop of the stage. Likewise, if we set a light up on the queen who spoke of love to King Primadux. These titles are long as fuck, by the way. Golly. Her silhouette would also appear on the backdrop to the stage. Uh-huh! So if we were to combine the two shadows, it looks nothing like the Yatagatasu's shadow. Miles Edgeworth! How do you explain this grotesque shape? Calm down, Francisca. The way the light needs to be shown on the Queen's statue is wrong. What do you mean by that? I believe that the whole of the King's shadow needs to be used for this to work. However, in the case of the Queen, I don't believe her whole shadow is needed. Rather, the person who created the shadow only used one part of her shadow. Only one part? Yes, and that one part alone was enough to fill in the rest of the Yatagarasu shadow. Oh. Why didn't you say that in the first place? You're right. I apologize. Ow. Now, what part of the Queen's statue was used to complete the Yatagarasu shadow? Her hand. It's her fingers. It's her fingers.
Take that!
Please? Think back to what's missing in our shadow. 5 long, thin areas, correct? Now, what does that remind you of? That's right. It can only be the shadow of the Queen's left hand. Francisca, can we please adjust the spotlight's position so that it only shines on the Queen's left hand? Alright, let's give it a try and see what we get. I don't think it would do that regardless, though. Them sharp-ass edges. Whatever. Yeah. This is exactly like the shadow I saw. The culprit must have changed the spotlight's positioning beforehand. Like, we just bullshitting right now, but it's whatever. And then pulled the plug after people saw what the culprit wanted them to see. In their panic, the guests must have moved the spotlights around, which we can assume was also part of the culprit's plan. By the time the lights came back on, the Yatagarasu shadow had vanished. Which means the shadow was a construct from the very beginning. Oh, which means the shadow was a construct from the very beginning. So you see, the Yatagarasu never did visit Alabast tonight. The only country that thief visited was Babal, although it can be assumed that the Yatagarasu had an accomplice in Alabast. An accomplice? But who? I haven't figured that out yet. But I assume it was the person who set up the shadow show. I sense that the biggest clue yet to solving this case is the existence of this accomplice. Yeah! Ooh. Do you think it's the ambassador? Has to be, right? How's the investigation going? Oh, no, it's him. He old as fuck too, though, I guess. Whatever. Detective Bad, have you come to join us in investigating the Yatagarasu? I left a murder in Agent Lang's charge. A lad, here he come. Chin first on the screen. And my only target, from the very beginning, is the Yatagarasu, so yes. So, what have you found out? I got a piece of evidence. May I see it? Sure, but you might regret it. We're here because we are ready to face whatever may come. So if you please. When people heard the commotion, bystanders started gathering. One woman claimed, I'm telling you, I'm a genuine international journalist. She gave me an interesting picture. A journalist? Well, actually, she's a freelance cameraman. Oh, it's her. This is the photo I got from her. What in the world? The Yatagarasu is flying through the air. The times, they are a-changin'. It's not just man, but evidence. Even they lie to us now. When was this photo taken? Apparently right after the fires on the 4th and 5th floors were put out. It was taken from a nearby building that you can see the embassy from. I see. So this was taken after the fire. Hi! Hello, hi! Lot of heart, yes. The blur in this picture took off from the Babylese embassy, flew over the boundary and headed for the embassy of Alabast.
Objection!
If you put Larry and Lotta together, their ship name could be Lotta Butts. Okay, but Larry can't pull for shit. Larry ain't worth the shit off a shoe. I'm not gonna lie. Lotta deserves better. Even though she be lying like crazy. That should be pissing me off when she be lying. I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of grateful we haven't seen her in a while. In the courtroom, that is. Someone give me a DC character to be. Okay, what DC characters do you like? You can't be me! You can't be me! I'm me! There's enough Damians that come in here. I love all of them. Oh yeah? What about Footman, released in 1942? 6 issue appearances, huh? 1 panel each. I bet you don't. I bet you're not a fan of him. Exactly. Ronnie Milligates, the Footman? Of course not. Fraud. LARPer. Stop, I love him? Well, I just made him up. I just made him up. LARP Sahur. Guards, send them to LARP prison. I'm joking. I did make him up, but I am joking. I'm just teasing you. This is simply not. I'm sorry, I'm still laughing. I'm sorry. This is simply not possible. People are incapable of flight. Is that a fact? I've had the pleasure of dealing with a case involving a flying person once. Am I being I'm being bullied? No. It just means that you're a part of our community. Actually, come to think of it, I've come across a case like that as well. 2, actually. Maybe it happens more often than we think. Am I up to the task of solving the mystery behind this photograph? Well, the Yatagata suit took off from the Babylese embassy, so I should start from there. How much do you want to bet it's just the jacket? Because we know for a fact that she has a jacket. Oops. That she has a jacket. We know that's a fact. She has a jacket, but she wasn't wearing her jacket. So how much do you want to bet that that's just her coat? And she, like, set it up somehow to, like, go all the way over there. Don't know yet. But, you know. Was I ever bullied and initiated into the community? Probably. I don't remember every single word I've ever said. Franziska, I need to return to the Babal investigation for a bit. Alright. I like when she's nice to me. I like when she, like, say what you will. Say what you will about her whipping and whatever. But she's been so kind this episode. Like, okay, yes, like, that's Big Brother. That's Big Brother. We love Big Brother. Hold on. I'll continue investigating on this side of the building. Perhaps John? Why not? Alright. I'm counting on you. The only person we know will actually get work done? Oh. You just been standing here the whole time? Welcome back, Mr. Edgeworth. Now come on. Let's get back to our investigation.
Yes, let's. Type of motherfucker that don't know how to talk to children. I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of funny. Damn! I forgot how fucked up this place was. Also, why are the police letting him in the room? Am I tripping? If we're still investigating shit? I'll check the VODs. Go ahead. Let me know.
To think, after all that running around, we're right back to where we started.
At least this time she ain't got her fuck ass hands on you. That pissed me off so bad. Clemmy! Ah! Get your fucking hands off my daughter, bitch! Why was she holding her like that? Like, Kay clearly looked like she was in pain, too. That was crazy. Huh? It would appear that way. Hi, Mr. Edgeworth. Have you found Manny's killer yet? I'm terribly sorry, Ambassador Palino, but I have yet to find his killer. Then I guess his murder really was the work of the Yatagarasu. Go on Pinterest. You could probably find some really good ones for profile pictures for John Kent. I have vague memory. Oh yeah, I did. Big ass hair. I don't forget about him. All that for him to be calling that woman hag and shit, and you were like, no, but he's actually not that bad looking. Like, he's good looking. Get out my ear. Then I guess his murder really was the work of the Yatagarasu.
Let's get one thing straight. It was the work of the fake Yatagarasu. The real Yatagarasu is a noble vigilante who is only out to steal the truth.
Miss Faraday, please don't make such a sad face. If there's anything I can do for you, all you have to do is ask, alright?
Mr. Palino. No, you said his face card was lethal. Don't even know me. I made fun of his hair. I didn't say his face card wasn't lethal. I didn't like the way he was talking to. I didn't like the way he was talking about women. Let's get one thing straight. You can have a face card and talk to women poorly, which he did. That was his biggest sin.
Actually, there's one thing you can do. Will you allow us to take another look around? We didn't have enough time to conduct a thorough investigation earlier. Oh, sure. Please feel free to investigate to your heart's content. Mind you, if it turns out that he's a part of it, which, would it be weird if I said that he's a bit sus? One of the ambassadors definitely played some weird part in this. Like, whether or not I think they were a part of the murders is a different thing, but one of them is definitely shady, at least. I just can't tell which one. But Palino rubs me the wrong way completely. Like, I don't know, the way he be kissing up all the fucking time. Like, no, I'm not coming to your country. You can give me 5 billion coupons. I could get, like, a free stay, free meal every night out of it from the amount of coupons you've given me. And I still would not go. Am I daring me through hands with Trucy? Low-key, he might be a misogynist. Low-key, and I hope she whoop his ass, belt to ass, because that's crazy. Why are you putting your hands on that little girl? Ridiculous. Phoenix ain't raised no bitch. Phoenix ain't raised no bitch. Like, my god. Why is he showing up everywhere? He's definitely nervous we'll find something. Because something's off. Because they also knew that they had the fake statue, while Alabast had the real one. And somehow they ended up with the real statue from Alabast, and gave Alabast the fake one from Babal. Oh, sure. Please feel free to investigate to your heart's content. Also, there's a few questions I'd like to ask you personally, Ambassador. If it will bring a smile back to Miss Faraday's face,
Then I'll gladly answer anything.
Thank you, Mr. Palino. You're a total gentleman.
You don't have to waste such nice words on me, little miss.
Hey, Sir Palino.
Those two sure got chummy awfully quick.
You know, it's easy to say we're going to investigate, but where should we begin?
We should probably start by comparing the state of this room before and after the fire. And then we should look into the matter of the suspicious person you spotted.
Yeah. When I came into this room, that person was already gone. But I'm willing to bet that that person was chasing us. That person I was chasing is Mr. Kochin's killer.
We don't know that yet. However, it's hard to believe that person is unrelated. I love the Damien avatar. Oh, thank you so much. Furthermore, because the key to the Yatagarasu rule, oh my gosh. Furthermore, because the key the Yatagarasu stole 7 years ago was found here, it signals that perhaps Miss Yu is also somehow involved. Well, yes. We gotta merge those profiles. I'm telling you.
I knew it. That woman is almost definitely Mr. Kochin's killer.
Yet again, we don't know that. There's too many mysteries to be solved here. Speaking of the Yatagarasu and mysteries, I received a most mysterious photo from Detective Bad.
Uncle Bad? He's taking part in the investigation too?
Yes. He has been chasing after the Yatagarasu for all these years.
Uncle Bad.
Now then, I was told that this photo was taken just after the fire.
What? This kinda looks like the person in the long coat I was chasing. Does this mean I was chasing the fake Yatagarasu after all?
I don't know the answer to your question, but I don't think people can fly either. But this could be how that person escaped! I hate when I get the wrong thing. Well, we'll need to investigate a bit more before we can say anything about that. In that case, in any case, let's not dawdle anymore and pick up our investigation where we left off. Alrighty! I'm low-key hungry, so I think I might finish this part, and then when I'm done with this, I'll go eat and then maybe come back. Y'all, what do you think? We could play some more of this, or we could do some, like, Papa's Freezeria and just, like, chill. Wasn't flight an issue in Big Top? I can't remember which one. No! I swear it was, God, what was it called? It was the wrestling one. The wrestling one where they talked about, like, how that guy was possessed by demons and stuff. Wasn't there a part where they thought that someone had flu? But it turned out that it wasn't like that exactly. I'm sure there's multiple. I'm sure there's multiple instances, but, you know, I'm just thinking. We already seen the safe. And the safe wasn't open at the time of the fire. It's lagged. There's a wrestling case. It was the one when Apollo went up with Athena to go see one of her friends who was working at like a festival. I think it was like a festival or something. But Apollo went with Athena up to that. And then Athena fucking like body slammed a cop. if I remember correctly. That's why it's dual destinies. Yeah. Have you not seen that one yet? Or, because I feel like, no, because that took me out, because you not knowing. I only peeked at those streams because I hadn't played. Oh. What the hell? That could have been you playing with us. You could have played through it with us. Threw the cop onto Apollo, too. I'm sorry. I mean, the VODs are always there. The VODs never lie. The VODs always keep the history. So, there's always that. This safe wasn't open at the time of the fire.
You could tell because the inside wasn't burnt, right?
Yes, and thanks to the safe's fire resistance, the smuggling evidence was preserved.
Aren't safes great? They always hold the wonderful promise of treasures within.
Well, this one certainly did have a few inside. I kind of don't feel like using my other hand for a moment. Yeah.
Golly!
Wow! So if I click all the way over here, golly! He fucking dipped. But if I just go here, yeah, okay. I'm only kind of only peeking at these streams because I haven't played it. You're playing it now with me. What do you mean? Okay, let's see over here. Please, here. Okay, let me use the. Okay, whatever, bruh. You can see the Alabastrian embassy through this window.
So where were you when you were investigating over there, Mr. Edgeworth?
You can see it from here. I was there on the 5th floor. I also the only reason I'm not done with the age really is because I embarrassingly got attached to. They got you at the end of the sentence. I'm back. Oh, with the new profile. And that's where Damask 2 was killed.
What? You don't mean the Mask Damask 2? Oh, poor guy. As a fellow second-generation thief, I can't just turn a blind eye to this.
Mind you, she's talking about this fucking chud. Has nothing to do with... Mind you, he has nothing to do with the original Damask. He literally just was like, yeah, I'm gonna steal that shit. Like, at least you actually have a reason to take that name. Like, that was your father's name. He just took that shit from some other guy. Even though Damask 2 was merely an imposter of the original? Like, what are we talking about? Even he was like, really? He's a fraud, though. I got attached to the Shark Man and stopped playing the game for 2 years. No! Why couldn't he pick his own name, right? Why couldn't you just be inspired by his actions and not literally take his whole thing? I'd be so pissed if I retired after making a name for myself and some chud turn up talking about some, yeah, I'm the same person, but number 2. What? It appears this area was heavily damaged by the fire. It's giving Rex. You mean Rudy?
Yeah. I guess we should hurry up and get started examining everything.
They got ink in here too. I mean, like, duh, of course they would have ink. It's a Bubbly's office, but... There's a bottle of Bubbly's ink on Mr. Cochin's desk.
It looks like there's still a lot of ink left inside.
The seal is unbroken, so the fire probably couldn't get into the bottle to burn up the ink.
Hey, Mr. Palino! It looks like your precious Bubbly's ink is all right after all.
What? That's odd.
Hold it!
Ambassador, what do you mean by that? Well, it's just that there is something strange about the ink. Would you mind elaborating on that statement for me, please? He's like, well, fuck, I shouldn't have said anything. Now then, Ambassador, I'd like to ask you about your movements before the fire broke out. Before the fire? Which fire are you talking about? Which one? There was more than one tonight? Huh? Oh, I see. I guess you didn't hear about that. We had 2 fires here at the Babalese embassy tonight. What a bother all of it was. They probably used the water at Alabast on the fire that was probably, like, closer.
Wait, but the only fire we know about is the one after the Jammin' Ninjas show.
Well, the first fire occurred at the start of the Jammin' Ninja show. Luckily, only the 4th and 5th floors of our embassy caught on fire. Not wanting to cause a panic among the theater goers, we decided to keep it internal. Okay, but maybe don't leave... What? Maybe don't leave people in a, like, super cramped, hard to get out of space without even warning them to maybe, like, leave for a little bit at least when there's a fire going on. Like, what if this spread over there? Mind you, it's, like, right there, too. Didn't he change himself to look like Rex because he likes that one girl? Bruh, he realized that, like, Rex is, like, fine. So he was like, maybe I can pull if I look like Rex. Brother. Every case shows nobody cares about nothing. Like, golly. Then the fire after the Jam Ninja show was the second one of the night? Exactly. So the fire I witnessed was the second one. Come to think of it, didn't Detective Bad make reference to the first fire? When was this photo taken? Apparently right after the fires, on the 4th and 5th floors were put out. I suppose this means that the photo was taken just after the first fire was put out. Hey, so why didn't we know this already? This irritates me a little bit. Like, I know they're trying to be like, ooh, more plot revealed, but like, why didn't we know about this? Why didn't Miles also go fires earlier? You know what I mean? Like, he didn't pick up on anything? Like, dude, I'm so confused. It's your job to pick up on shit. I suppose this means that the photo was taken just after the first fire was put out. The character only as smart as the writers. They always keep everything from us. Exactly, like what?
So then, what was the extent of the damage in the second fire?
The second fire was contained to this floor. The 3rd floor. I think it was leftover embers from the fire. Oh my gosh. I think it was leftover embers from the fire on the floors above it that caused it. That's... how should I put this? A very bad stroke of luck. My office on the 5th floor, Manny's office here, and Manny himself, all gone in the blink of an eye. Well, no, this seems like really easy renovations. I'm not tripping, right? Like, a lot of the stuff that got fucked up in here were, like, actual items that were hung on the walls, like, made of fabric. Like, 90% of this is, like, painting the walls. Like, scrubbing down, it's like The Sims, when you have a fire and then the floor's all burnt up and they mop it up. Like, you'll be fine. The ceiling fan is the biggest problem, low-key, out of everything else that's happened.
I feel so sorry for you, Mr. Palladino.
Oops, look at me going on and on. Now then, what was it you wanted to ask again? We were discussing what your actions and whereabouts for today were. And if you happen to know what Mr. Cochin's actions and whereabouts were as well. Yes, very well. Let's see. I've been quite busy all day, from morning until now. First I woke up, and then I brushed my teeth. After that, I had a roll for breakfast. Fascinating. How about if you just skip to the relevant parts for me? Oh! You'd like a condensed version? Alright, I can do that for you. Lord, okay. 2 separate sections. Just for this. So what did Mr. Cochin and you do this morning? Well, originally, we were supposed to meet and shake hands at the Jammin' Ninja. But Manny and I wanted to turn it into a photo op, so we were tidying up his office. Oh, Capcom confirmed they wanted to expand the Ace Attorney series. Yeah, they've been saying this. Expand how, though? Did they say, like, a different way? Like, they've been said that they're not done with Ace Attorney anytime soon.
So I'm sure there's gonna be a lot of new stuff going on. No, they still vague as fuck. Of course. Duh. You helped clean Mr. Cochin's office? Why were you not cleaning your own? Oh, I think I forgot to mention this, but my office is currently undergoing renovations. Which is why both the Prima Duck statue and the Babyliss knife set are down here. I see. Oh, but the tidying didn't take much, really. We just burned some files we no longer needed and expired coupons in the fireplace. I bet cleaning up the fireplace must have been a real pain, though, huh? Hi! How about that? I kind of forgot to clean the ashes out. I guess I'm up a creek without Manny here to get angry at me.
Hold it!
An ambassador like yourself has been on the receiving end of a secretary's anger? Oh, he was very good at being very mad. Didn't he work here before him, though? So I'm not surprised that he has, like, more, like, authority than the average secretary. Because they did mention earlier that Manny worked here since it was one country. Since before they split into two separate countries. Well, this guy's newer, right? Why is Butter so sweaty? Why did I say it like butter? Butter. Oh, he was very good at being very mad. Why, even just this morning he got mad at me. Are you British? No. I said it without an accent, too. That's the crazy part. Well, you know, my usual accent, but without doing an accent. I spilled some Babyliss ink onto the back wall when I was burning the files, you see. He got mad at me, saying that I should treat the ink with more respect. Talk about the boss getting bossed around. That's about it for what we did this morning. Just some cleaning. Don't tell me you had no other work to do, being an ambassador and all. I love garlic. I do too. Garlic is so good. Now then, if you could tell me what you and Mr. Cochin did this afternoon. Well, Manny and I went down together to the Theatrum Neutralis. We had to be there for the start of the Steel Samurai stage show. After the show started, I went back into my office on the 5th floor alone. So they were together until the start of the Steel Samurai show. A little while later, after I had straightened myself up a bit, I returned to the theater, because I was to take part in the photo op on stage at the end of the show. There was a commemorative photo op at the end. It was a fantastic photo of the three of us. Ambassador Alba, the Steel Samurai, and myself. After the photo shoot, I went back to my office on the 5th floor to prepare for my handshake photo op with the Jamming Ninja. Blah. He seems to be rather overworked for an ambassador. So before he wasn't doing enough, now he's doing too much. What are we talking about? He really was not doing that much. When I got to my office, that's when the first fire broke out and I escaped down the stairs. My office was completely destroyed, but thankfully no one was hurt. I admit I ran away from the first fire as fast as my legs could carry me. But during the second one, I pitched in and helped the embassy staff put it out. So you didn't see Mr. Cochin again after the start of the Steel Samurai show? Yes, that's right. The next time I saw him, he was lying there in an eternal sleep. I see. Ambassador Palino, I thank you very much for your help. I'm sorry I couldn't be of more assistance, Mr. Edgeworth. If there's anything else, please don't hesitate to ask, alright? Mr. Cochin's ink. I wonder if you might tell me what you noticed about Mr. Cochin's bottle of ink. I just thought of it right now, but
During the second fire, Manny was worried about his office, so he came rushing back to it. Oh, I called out to him, and then received no reply. And when I received no reply, I used my spare key to open the door. But when I did, I was greeted by roaring green flames. The flames were so big that I wasn't able to see into the room at all. The fire was green? What was the cause? The wood crystal oil. Yeah, well, wood crystal oil burns green when it's lit, as you can see by this lantern. And Babbly's ink is made from the same oil, which means it would also burn green. You know, I too had thought it was Manny's ink that had caught on fire. That's why I was surprised to find out there was still a bottle of ink left on his desk. The case of the perplexing green flames. Talk about a mystery. What exactly was it that caught on fire in here? Why is it being difficult? It's the charred remains of a fallen ceiling fan. Oh, I've seen a few of these before. They spin around and around and play music. I believe you're thinking of a music mobile for babies. Yes, that's it. But they're nothing alike. They're totally alike. They spin those babies right round like a record. I caught that reference. I missed this part. Who's this guy anyways? He's the ambassador for the Babbly's side of the split country. I see. I guess I can see how you might think that. So this is the real Prima Duck statue. Look how it got done so dirty because y'all got that shit over here. Oh my god. You'd think that after there was a fire, they would move the statue. And you might be like, no, that's a bit dramatic. But I feel like if this is supposed to be like the prize of their countries, like the most important thing in their countries to show how it like how they are rulers and they're like important and whatever, you think that they would take extra care of it. Because you might be like, well, there wasn't a fire on this floor. Yeah, but there was still smoke and everything definitely around. There's no way the smoke was just like secluded to that one area. Smoke is gonna get around. Why would you want that to get into your statue, to get all over your statue? You know what I mean? And they knew that it was the real statue too. So this is the real Prima Duck statue. This is really valuable, right? Girl, please calm down. Smoke also smells really bad. Exactly. And that's what they say. Girl, get away from the statue before I call the police on you. I'm a narc. I don't know why you keep playing in my face.
Hold it!
Hey, you're not seriously considering the theft of this statue, are you? No way, Mr. Edgeworth. I was just thinking about I wasn't thinking about anything like that. I was just calculating in my head how much the statue is worth. That sounds mighty suspicious to me. Don't even think about it. Look at me, don't even think about it. Golly, you tall as fuck. Wait, hold on. Big ass hair, too. It's fire, though. I like her design. Like, her hair is fire. Look at that. Hold on. Let's get a back shot, too. Look, like, it's so cool. But she is much taller than I thought she was. Is she, like, the same height as Francisca? Because that's kind of embarrassing for her. For some reason, I feel like this clock is important. A grandfather clock. This one resembles the one in Alabast. Oh, that clock has been with us since back when we were still Codopia. That is one big clock. Hey, does this have a bird that pops out like a cuckoo clock? Haha, I'm sorry, but no. Oh, but I'm sure you'll love this chime. Love its chime. Oh, really? going to be 11 soon, so maybe I'll get to hear it then. Is it that time already? Time sure flies by when I'm involved in an investigation. Oh, it's not that late. The night's only just begun. You really should be at home, bro. Kay, it's not good for you to stay up late, you know? Yes, Gramps. What did you say to me? Ambassador Palino, would you happen to know what these charred remains are of? I don't know, actually. But I don't think there was anything there that should have been flammable. So it remains a mystery as to what was burned here. Hi! Do you think this is what... Because look at all the liquid and shit here, too. You could be like, oh, well, it was the water, whatever, blah, 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 blah. But personally, I think that it was lit with wit crystal oil to give the illusion that there was green flames everywhere. Whatever was here, that is. It looks like all of the souvenir stuff suffered some damage from the fire. I just don't believe it. Murder on top of arson? What a disgrace to the name of the Yatagarasu. The fake Yatagarasu is guilty of much more than just theft, it seems. I know! Because if it were me, my first priority would have been to loot this bookshelf. What? You would steal ordinary souvenirs that you can buy virtually anywhere? You can't buy them anywhere. Each one is specific to a location and has its own value. And items that have memories attached to them are the most valuable of all. See, people who think like this are such fucking assholes. Because why would you steal that then? Like, you're like, oh no, I don't care how much money it's worth. I noticed that it's important to you, so I'm gonna take it from you. Now, Kay, why would you say, like, why would that be your thought process? She's me for real. Forget about money. We're trying to do emotional damage. What the hell? She's not like me. Not stealing, just permanently borrowing it. But could you really rob someone of their valuable memories just like that? No! Because even if I take the souvenir, I can't take the owner's memories. Brother, that's how they keep their memories, fondly. Why would you take that? Ooh, don't anger me. Okay. We still don't know where the blade of the Babalese knife went. Could be that the killer walked away with it. Master Palino, what exactly used to be here? That used to be a stack of brand new pamphlets. But it looks like they were all burned up. Guess we'll just have to reprint them. No matter how fast we reprint them, they always disappear so quickly. Is the Babalese tourism industry really that hot right now? Of course! Although, recently, the most popular vacation destination has been the Republic of Borginia. We refuse to lose to them, so we've been hard at work promoting Babal. Interesting. Well, I've recently returned from a trip to Borginia myself. Oh? And how did you like it? It was alright. Probably shouldn't bring up the fact that I was a suspect on the flight home. Borginia, enough! I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. That looks like a very comfortable chair. Well, it doesn't look all that broken, so why don't you try sitting in it? No, I'd better not. It's very important that we preserve the crime scene at all times. Ooh. I saw where you were going with that anyways. Wait, but you're always touching all sorts of things at the crime scenes. And that's because I'm a prosecutor, and it's part of my job to examine things. And my job is to be a great thief. Which is exactly why you're not allowed to touch anything. It would appear that this desk also fell victim to the fire. But it doesn't look too damaged. Ooh, I think we can rifle through this drawer a bit. I suppose we really should take a look. Ooh.
What the hell is this? This is a rather unusual shape for a notepad. I suppose this must be another souvenir from somewhere. And then the pen. It seems that the contents of this drawer survived the fire rather well.
Now that's a sturdy desk. I guess that's the value of solid wood construction. Let's see if there's anything useful left in here. Mr. Edgeworth. Let's see if there's anything useful left in here, Mr. Edgeworth.
Okay. So, we're not going to talk about the pen? Okay. Because that pen definitely doesn't use the ink. I miss my man. So what if he's like awful, horrible, no good, and very bad? There's always room for other men. There's always room for other men. He can always have a place in your heart. Ain't he in a cell anyways? He's always there. Hey, bestie, sorry I'm late. Just finished mopping. Don't even worry about it, dude. Don't even worry about it.
So I guess embassy phones are just like normal phones, huh?
What does Kay think that they would use? Well, what did you imagine them to look like?
I thought the bubbles would look like a flower and the receiver would be a butterfly. That way it would look like butterfly receiver. The butterfly receiver was sucking nectar from the flower vase.
If any country had a flower phone, it would be Alabast, don't you think?
Oh, then maybe the phone I envisioned would have been from when they were Cadopia?
There's really no point in asking me about something that never existed in the first place.
You know what you lack, Mr. Edgeworth? Curiosity and an imagination.
See, if this was 2026, she would have said, whimsy and joy. She would have said, you lack whimsy and joy. And there's only one book left standing here. Treasures of the World.
Wait, what? Let me see that. Uh-huh. I see. Ah! The most important part was blackened by the fire. Why, cruel fate? Why?
It looks like the map of where the treasures are located has been burnt. It looks like a bunch of flyers with coupons attached to them.
Babal sure gives away a lot of different coupons. Maybe I should create one of my own. I would call it the Great Thief Coupon.
And what kind of discount would that net you?
The 5-finger kind. What else? And I'd steal an extra thing or two for the bearer.
Things such as...
Such as the truth! What else would I steal?
What I wouldn't give to have a mountain of your coupons right about now. I think the thing that kills me the most is that, like, she'd just be talking crazy in front of, like, Miles. Manny Cochin. His name is written here on this nameplate.
Why would you put a nameplate with your name on it in your own office?
I suppose it's to inform people in case they walked into the wrong room by mistake. Mind you, this is an extremely normal thing for an office to have.
Do you think maybe it's also there to remind you of your own name if you forget?
Well, either way, it's never a bad thing to set a nameplate on one's desk. It looks like a bunch of flyers with coupons attached to them.
The ball sure gives away a lot of different coupons. Maybe I should create one of my own. I could call it the Great Thief Coupon.
Did we not just do this? That wasn't checked, right? I'm not crazy? This didn't have a check on it when I clicked it? I swear it didn't. Maybe we're supposed to do something. Let me think. Let me see what we have, though. Hey, hey! The notepad on the desk! The notepad on the desk! Hold on. Is the spot somehow connected to any of the evidence I hold? Eureka! Eureka! The shape of this notepad matches the shape of this note we found.
Hey, you're right! What is it? Look, it looks like something straight out of the Monument Valley. Straight out of Monument Valley. Huh, yes. That notepad is a souvenir from somewhere in your country. We've been collecting them for the purpose of studying them, you see? Yes, I do. You do seem to be quite passionate about it. He said, I love America! Oh, would you like to see my souvenir collection? I'd love to show it to you. Are you sure they haven't been burnt to a crisp by the fires? Ambassador Paulino, I wonder if you might recognize the handwriting on this note. This looks like Manny's handwriting. So Manny was in it with Damask too. I see. In that case. Ooh, did you figure something out? This note was found in Alabast. Specifically was found being firmly grasped by the murdered. Damask 2. Damask 2? Then this note... Yes, it was a request from Mr. Kochen for Damask 2 to steal the Primaduck statue. Do you think that they had switched the statues? And then he was on his way to return it or something? I also need to draw. I have a commission due soon. I've been working on my commission slowly, but life's been dragging me down. What? Manny tried to steal Alabast Primaduck's statue? We would know for sure if we could run a handwriting analysis. Ambassador, do you have any documents that were handwritten by Mr. Kochen? Yes, I can gather a few and give them to you. I'll have to ask Detective Gumshoe later to run the analysis. I can't believe that Manny would even think of doing something like this. Manny killed someone. Brother, you straight up have, like, ignored this fact for so long. Manny murdered a woman before he even worked with y'all. Whatever. Do you have any idea as to why he would have requested the theft of that statue? There is one possibility, but mind you, it's just my personal speculation. Anything you can tell me would be of great help, Ambassador. Here we go, making me walk all the way over here again. The national symbol of the ball is drawn here. I didn't mean to click this. There's nothing special, especially strange about it. Who's Manny? He was one of the two victims. This is Manny Kochen. But what's it called? In the last chapter that we did, which was a flashback, it was revealed that he killed her sister, and then Kay's father, this is Kay's father was the prosecutor on the case, but he wasn't able to get him arrested, like, and brought to jail properly. Like, he wasn't able to get full justice for her sister. Now, there was a weird moment where Callisto and Manny, like, went off to talk during that trial, where he was like, can I talk to you, like, privately? And she's like, whatever, sure. But, like, if somebody murdered your sister, why would you go off to talk to him privately? You know what I'm saying? Like, why would you do that? That's weird. That's weird. That's strange. This is why I can't miss streams, because what? This was a few streams ago. It was basically a 7-year flashback to baby Miles and baby Franziska. Franziska really being a baby, mind you. She would have been like 13, Miles was 20. And they were doing, like, their first investigation, because the court case that he was supposed to do, his original first court case, got canceled because there was a murder, a double homicide. The national symbol of the ball is drawn here. There's nothing especially strange about it. Is it just me? Or did the butterfly gain an antenna since we last saw it? Even if it did, it would really have would it really have any bearing on our case, Kay? Oh, I clicked the wrong button. I was supposed to turn around to look around. Look at all this shit. Golly. I believe that you said you might have an idea as to why Mr. Kochin hired Damask 2. Actually, I fear I may be at fault. I was telling you earlier. We were to determine which statue was the real one as a part of today's event. But because of the Aragarasu and the fire here, that got cancelled, didn't it? I'm actually relieved the rest of the event has been cancelled. For you see, Babal's statue, well, it's just a replica. It was 7 years ago, right? Yeah. Miles is 27 at this point. Roughly so. Should be. But Francisca is still 19, like she was in her original appearance. Which makes me think, yeah, he's like 26, 27. It said 7 years ago, and he was 27 years ago. Like 100% confirmed he was 27 years ago. So I have to assume that he's 27 now. She's still 19, yeah. Just assume that his birthday's passed and hers hasn't. That's what I'm assuming. And did Mr. Kochin know about Babal's Primadux statue? Of course he knew. That's why he was the only person I can consult with. We'd have to do something once our statue was revealed as a replica. As to be expected, I was very nervous today, as this would impact our country's authority. Yes, I understand. Well then. Well, when I told Manny my concerns, he said, "Let me handle it. It'll be alright. I'll find a way to make sure you're the ambassador of the reunited Codopia." At the time, I thought he was just trying to cheer me up. But when I saw that note, I realized he was serious.
Hold it!
Mr. Kochin conducted a lot of business behind your back. I assume he did all that to ensure that you are the next Codopian ambassador. But why was he trying so hard, I wonder? You're probably much easier to manipulate. He was so much better at getting things done than I ever was or will be. Yeah, because that's why you're a puppet. You would have been easy to control. The other old guy is like hard-headed. He's very stubborn, while this guy's really easy to control, and he admits several times that Manny does most of the work. And on top of doing most of the work, he also like is able to berate him and do like all that kind of shit to him if he makes mistakes. Like Manny is technically the real ambassador when you think about it. What was the date? It tells us, right? I'm not sure the exact date. You could check the streams. They should be uploaded. I should have those VODs specifically uploaded. How is he ambassador? He's a pushover. He was so much better at getting things done than I ever was or will be. I don't have an answer yet as to why he was trying so hard. But I suspect he had an ulterior motive in mind beyond just simple kindness. Oh, here you are, Mr. Edgeworth. Detective Gumshoe, have you collected the information that I requested?
Yep, and got it right here, sir. Here you go, Kay. Feel free to take a look. It's for you, after all.
What is all this, Gummy?
It's all the information on this room that I got from the embassy and Interpol people.
Now we know exactly how this room was before and after the fire. Oh, we're gonna use her little tool. Good work, Detective.
Oh, it was nothing, sir. I'm an expert at getting people to talk.
Wow. You two remind me so much of my father and Uncle Bad.
What do you mean?
As prosecutor and detective, your dynamic is just like theirs back in the day. Well, don't you worry. I'm gonna find my own wonderful partner someday. And when I do, I'm gonna become a good Yatagarasu, just like my father, right?
Hold it!
Please don't ask me questions to which I have no answers to, Kay. However, I can say that it is truly a wonderful thing to find a partner you can trust. Aw.
Aw, so cute. You bet.
What's it called? Edgeworth is lucky that Gumshoe clearly didn't hear that shit, bruh.
So what now, Mr. Edgeworth?
Well, I'd like to ask you for a favor.
Yes?
That gadget, Mr. Thief, is it? That thing you call your secret weapon.
Oh, you mean Little Thief? You're coming to rely on it, aren't you?
I don't need a crutch like that. I'm only asking because I need it for the investigation. From the information Detective Gumshoe gathered, and the ambassador's testimony, I'd like you to please recreate this room as it was during the third floor fire. Oh my god. Third floor fire.
You got it. Alright, here we go. Dark skies of evening, when no other bird dares take wing. One alone remains all-seeing. Now, witness the true power of a real modern-day Robin Hood.
You should probably start, like, I'm not gonna lie. You probably should have started pulling that out when you were saying that earlier. Because that looks kind of crazy. Saying all that and then, you know, having to pull your phone out. It looks like a phone. Pulling your phone out and type on it. It seems there are other things besides what the ambassador mentioned that have changed. It's possible that we might have to find the escape route the person Kay saw used as well. Oh, what is this? Is it some sort of light show I was not told about? Oh, what just happened? Why is everything green? So this is Kay's power. You know, how Maya had her abilities, her powers, and then, you know, every so often we also had Trucy as well as why is her name? Emma. With the luminol stuff and everything. This is what Kay does. So basically, she has her little like phone device, and she's supposed to use it for like break-ins that she's planning, so she can get an idea of what the room looks like, and then any kind of like situation can be planned out essentially. Like you can add like people into it as well to be like, oh, this person would walk by over here, so I'm gonna go over there instead. Like following like scheduling and shit. But instead, right now, she's using it to help us. So we're rebuilding the room. See how the fire is only just there like I said it was gonna be? What was there before? Also, the clock is blocking something, obviously.
This is the power of a true vigilante. It's recreating this room with the info I inputted.
So if you give her information, she can make this happen. Really? That is certainly one interesting device you have there, Miss Fairday. Believe it's about time we return to our investigation. These must have been the large green flames Ambassador Palladino saw.
With flames like these, it's no wonder he couldn't get in.
Okay. By the time you came into this room, had the fire already been put out?
Yeah, the fire had died out or something by that time.
Then this fire in here only burned from the time the fire started on the third floor. Until the Yatagarasu appeared and caused a stir in the ball, I suppose.
I guess Mr. Palladino was just lucky enough to run into this fire as it was burning, huh?
Yes, you could put it in that way. You could put it that way. Put it in that way. You could put it that way. And since you were the first to discover the body, we can assume that no one else entered the room until that time. No one other than the person you were chasing, of course.
I knew it! That person I saw was definitely up to no good. I mean, that person could even be Mr. Kochan's killer.
That is very likely to be the case. After all, that person came into this room before you. And must have chosen this room precisely because they knew no one else would be in here.
Okay then, maybe the green fire was where it was Okay then, maybe the green fire was where it was to prevent anyone from coming in?
Oh my gosh, I don't know what's happening. I'm having like a moment of brain fog.
But then, what did the person set on fire to make the green flames?
Well, whatever it is, that person burned and made a rather sizable fire.
And since the fire's green, well, we've seen something that burns green, right? It's a bit tinier than these flames, but do you get what I mean?
Yes, and I do believe what you're thinking is exactly why these flames are green. Which fire-related piece of evidence burns the same color as these green flames? I'm scared.
Take that!
This silhouette lantern. Its green flame comes from the wit crystal oil it's burning.
Yeah! That's the fire I was thinking of too. I love the green it gives off.
I think we've now established that green flames were caused by wit crystal oil. Furthermore, we know that there is only one other thing made from wit crystal oil.
Oh, you mean the thing Mr. Palomino was mistaken about, right?
Yes, precisely. As we found out earlier in our investigation. What? I don't get it. Can you fill me in, sir? Fine. I suppose I'll explain it in a way that even you can understand. This is the thing made from wit crystal oil that Ambassador Palomino was mistaken about. Oop, I didn't mean to click that one. Oopsie. Thank God I clicked space and not T.
Take that!
Mabely's ink is made up from wit crystal oil. Oh, so you should burn it. So it should burn the same color as the flames in the lantern, right? Yes, precisely. However, the green flames in this room were not from a bottle of Mabely's ink.
Because we found the ink Mr. Cochin used on his desk, right?
Yes. However, we know that Mr. Cochin was smuggling the ink in massive quantities. Now, what do you suppose he made using all that ink? I believe what he made with that ink is the answer to what gave birth to the green flames. Ooh.
Oh yeah! I'm beginning to really feel the energy coming from you, Mr. Edgeworth.
It would appear that I finally found it the smuggling ring's real goal. They're making counterfeit bills. I thought we knew that, right? Am I tripping? Yeah, there it is.
Take that!
Yeah, they were like making money with it, weren't they? What would consume that great of a volume of ink to make? What would consume that great of a volume of ink to make? That would be the counterfeit bills that the smuggling ring made and are circulating in Zhengfa.
You're kidding! You're saying that it was Mr. Cochin who made the counterfeit bills?
I am. I believe you could even go so far as to say that he stole Babal's printing press. Ambassador, Mr. Cochin had permission to freely use the printing press, correct? Why, yes. I do remember seeing him use it in the middle of the night. But never did I think he was using it for such a foul deed. Ambassador, because of your secretary's crimes, you will need to be investigated as well. Yes, I suppose so. We've caused a bit of trouble for a few countries, haven't we? It's my duty to search out all who shielded Mr. Cochin and oh my god. I need to end the stream. I can't lie to y'all. I need to end stream. I can't lie to y'all. I want to finish this little green portion, and then we can do the rest later, because golly. Unless I make a recovery. It's my duty to search out all who shielded Mr. Cochin and concealed his crime. For they are the ones who started the fire in order to destroy the evidence. This grandfather clock was apparently in a different position before the fire. According to the staff members, the clock was flush against the wall before the fire, sir. Which means that most likely it was moved by someone during the fire.
Speaking of which, it's totally 11 o'clock now. but I don't hear any chiming.
Huh? That's odd. It was still chiming right on the dot of every hour this morning. Maybe the fire damaged its internal mechanisms or something? Ambassador Palino, may we take a look inside the clock? Sure, go right on ahead. Detective Gumshoe, if you could please inspect the insides of this clock. Yes, sir. I'm on it. Mr. Edgeworth, I found this inside, sir. It looks like a length of wire. So this is what caused the clock to stop chiming. But what was a long length of wire doing inside this clock in the first place? Why would someone do this to such a valuable clock?
It sounds like it wasn't Mr. Palino that put the wire in there.
Perhaps it was Mr. Cochin's killer who did. Or maybe Mr. Cochin himself for whatever reason. We don't know yet.
It looks like one of the Beverly's knives was already missing before the fire began.
So it would seem, especially since the other two knives' handles were burned away. Especially since the other two knives' handles were burned away.
The remaining handle was swapped out with the handle from the real murder weapon.
And Babal's national treasure was stolen. Poor Babal, don't you...
And Babal's national treasure was stolen. Poor Babal, don't you think?
I'm not sure I would lump the replica statue in with the rest of Babal's woes. Can we even look at that? Is this even... Okay, we did look at that.
So Babal is really into pushing their tourism industry, huh?
Yes, it would appear that way.
You know, I'd really love to take a trip. Hey, why don't we take one after this case?
Do you already have a destination in mind? She got like $30,000 worth of coupons, bruh. I think we know where we're going.
Well, ideally, I'd like to go someplace where I can continue my thief training.
Well, if you want to learn the fine art of stealth, perhaps you should visit the studio where they make the Jammin' Ninja TV show.
Hey, that's actually a really great idea, Mr. Edgeworth.
I can't believe she took me seriously. Fireplace, huh? So Babal's offices have them too.
Two?
There's a fireplace in relatively the same location in the Alabastian office. However, we found something there that I'd rather not recall ever again. I still can't believe what we found. I still can't believe that we found that undershirt in that fireplace.
If it was that traumatizing, why don't you try recreating new memories with this fireplace? You could climb inside and we could play hide and seek.
And come out covered in soot? I think not.
Ugh, you really have no sense of fun, Mr. Edgeworth.
That looks like a very comfortable chair.
Well, it doesn't look all that broken, so why don't you try sitting on it?
No, I'd better not. It's important that we preserve the crime scene at all times.
Wait, but you're always touching all sorts of things at crime scenes.
That's because I'm a prosecutor and it's part of my job to examine things.
And it's my job to be a great thief.
Which is exactly why you're not allowed to touch anything. See how fast I went through that? Because we already talked about that? Why would it... Whatever. Why would you repeat this dialogue? Whatever. You can see the Alabastian embassy through this window.
So where were you when you were investigating over there, Mr. Edgeworth?
You can see it from here. I was there on the 5th floor. Same dialogue again, by the way.
That's where Damask 2 was killed.
I mean, blah, 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 blah. Très bleu. I hate this. I hate this. I hate this. Get me out of here. It's just repeating dialogue. Why? Sacre bleu. We saw this. We saw this. We saw the flames. We looked at the clock.
Do we have to talk to him? Is that what's happening? Okay.
Detective, you took part in the initial Babal investigation, correct? Yep, sure did. I also helped put out both fires, sir. But that first fire took me by surprise. I had a tough time escaping the 5th floor. First, I tried the elevator, but I guess someone else had the same idea because it was in use. Oh. If I hadn't remembered to use the stairs at that point, I'd have been burnt to a crisp.
Wait, that's odd. We always warn our staff that, in case of a fire, it's dangerous to use that elevator.
Oh?
Maybe somebody wrote. Maybe someone wrote in. Maybe someone wrote it in a fit of panic?
Detective, did you see the Yatagarasu that came into the Babalese embassy at all? I didn't personally. And the other staff members tell me they never got a good look at the person either, sir. I wonder if you could tell me a bit more about what you discovered, Detective.
Lord. Okay, you know what? I'm leaving it here. I can't do this. Look at me. Look at me. I can't do this. I'm getting off. Yo, I'll talk to y'all later. I'll try to eat, rest for a bit, and maybe I will come back. I'd like to, but I'm not gonna get your hopes up too much. There's always tomorrow. There's always another day. Okay, y'all. Bye. I know I'm gonna nap now. Me too.